watch the gestures. Please, we're giving you 2 minutes to wind up. 2 minutes, it should be done. We are expressing our gratitude to the Minister for Education for your good work done. We are expressing also our happiness to the Director General of Ghana Education Service, Professor Opoku Amankwa. Well done. Without you, we will not be here, Director General. Any moment from now, we expected you to be done. You can change another radio. Poetry recital will come after this. The recital was written by Mr. Sebastian Adama, Assistant Headmaster, Armed Forces Sector. Thank you. Thank you, please. Thank you. Please, you may take your seat. We appreciate you. Beautiful dance. Beautiful performance. Let's all show some love. Let's clap for them. Let's all express our gratitude to the school children for their beautiful dance. Thank you very much for your performance. The poetry reciter, please come close to me, wherever you are. Poetry reciter, La Quantanine Cultural Troupe, we thank you. Thank you very much. Poetry reciter. Please, let's show some love. Let's give it up to them. They've done very well. Poetry recital by Mr. Sebastian Adama, Assistant Headmaster, Armed Forces, Secondary Technical. Please, we're waiting for you. Please, be fast enough. The time is fast spent.
Good morning, everybody. The title of our poem is My Hope. My Hope. And it is written by S.A. Adama. My hope is a hopeless hope. Without you, oh, education. Without education, that is said to be the keys to the future. The keys to many locks. Politicians, they say, have changed the locks. But this politician is giving us the keys that can open the new lock. My hope is a hopeless hope. Without money to finance my education that has become so expensive, can education ever be free? It seems impossible. But now, here comes the light from that home in Nima, a deprived community in Accra. That individual who had it all in his infancy. Because of him, I can. Yes, I can. I can meet my destiny. I can be among my peers. I can answer to the cause of education.
My hope is a hopeless hope. When I had to stop school because my mother could not afford that one hot meal a day. When my father could not afford that boarding fees. When my uncle could not afford that textbook for my studies. I was drowning in ignorance. I stretched out my hands. And the only hands that comes is free education. But the only hindrance to this great dream is my belief that it will not work. That is why I am crying out loud.
Arise, Ghana youth, for your country. The nation demands your devotion. Let us all unite to uphold her and make her great and strong. We are all involved. We are all involved. We are all involved in building our motherland. We are all involved. We are all involved. We are all involved in building our motherland.
Yes, 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 we are all involved in building our motherland. Akamfo, most sorry.
Ganyobi nyetiashi.
Dagbamba Yisimia.
Yawayeda Kutashi.
Ghana, this is our time. Yes, we can. Just change your thoughts and we are there. Your Excellency, may you live long to see this great dream come true. education. Long live Ghana. Thank you.
Let's show them an appreciation. That was so wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, Ghana Armed Forces Sectec. Please, the drama group, please come and perform. The drama group, please come and perform. We give you just 3 minutes. Please come and perform. And we continue.
Oh my God.
Yes,
Oh my God.
that is my son. Yes,
Oh God, I thank you. Oh
yes,
Lord, we
that's
thank you.
what I mean.
God,
Yes,
thank you. Now,
this is good.
finally, my ambition to become a lawyer is going to be successful. Thank you, Lord. Ha! Now, blow the paper.
Oh, well done. I'm so proud of you, my son, Sammy.
Daddy, but why this sudden gloomy face?
My son, it's a good thing you've passed your examination.
Yeah.
I thank God I did not suffer in vain. But I don't have the money. There's no money to take you to the SHS. I'm confused.
Daddy, please do something about it. You know I must continue my education.
My son, calm down.
My ambition to become a lawyer. Oh, mommy, see, 7 good ones.
Yes. You've done so well.
You have to do something about it.
Calm down.
You have to do something
My
about it.
son, take it easy. Ni, don't you think we should take him to Efo, the carpenter?
Yes,
should
you
just
are
go
right.
there and go and
That was
train.
exactly what I was thinking.
No,
My son,
No. It's a good vocation, although. I don't want to be a carpenter. No. I want to be a lawyer. You know I must continue my education.
We know that.
my son, calm down. Calm down. God is in control.
Oh, God.
My son, come.
Sammy, Sammy, come. Come. Sammy, Daddy is calling you.
Yeah.
Please listen to him.
Oh, no.
Hey. Young man, what is it? Tell me your problem.
Daddy, I have passed with 7 good ones. And my parents are telling me there is no money to fund my secondary education.
It is obvious. The parents have not heard about the free SHS. Where do you live?
Around the corner.
Come on, lead me to your parents. Atokai,
That's Uncle Fred.
is that your son?
Yes,
Isn't it?
that's my son.
Wow. Wow.
And I saw him crying and no, but wait. Is it the same boy I adored in your house?
The very boy.
Oh, he's not a big boy. But let me ask you.
Yes.
So all this shouting about free SHS, you haven't heard about it?
No.
Yes. There's even a slogan around town.
Is it the one
Free
they said,
SHS. Sabo, Saba. You haven't heard about it?
the one they said during the campaign?
Yeah.
Oh, that is a campaign promise. That's what they say.
Unfortunately, that is how, that's how we all thought about that. It was just a campaign. But let me tell you one thing.
Yes.
God being who he is, the President of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo,
Yes.
His Excellency, he said it and he has done it. This September is the beginning of the free SHS.
God.
Yes. All you have to do now
Uncle
is
Fred. Uncle Fred, wait. This free SHS thing, are you sure it's going to be quality at all?
hello. It is all about accessibility, equity, and quality. You know it, my son. Quality education. That tells me you will become a lawyer soon.
Yes.
Yes.
Glory be to God.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ghanaians, Abidjan, free SHS,
Sabo.
free SHS.
Sabo. So if you have a child, all you have to do now is to just send him to school with some little or nothing at all. Just pack him to the school. If it's going to be a boarder, he's going to get free 3 square meals per day. And if he's a day student, 1 hot meal per day. Umpe we per day. Nanaya dawasi. Nanaya dawasi. Free SHS. Sabo, Saba. Free SHS. Sabo. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let's show some love to them. This wonderful drama just went by. It was put together by AGLI Drama Troupe in Accra. We thank you so much. That's wonderful, wonderful. Reverend, take over.
Thank you. Sabo, Saba. Thank you very much. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we're waiting for a special moment, and that moment is to welcome my Minister for Education, Honorable Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, to introduce some guests to us. Shall we all welcome this hardworking man?
Thank you. Free SHS. Oh, Saba. Free SHS. Mr. President, Mr. Vice President, Senior Minister, Ministers of State, Members of Parliament, members of the Diplomatic Corps, NAME, Director General of Ghana Education Service, and directors from the Ministry of Education and Ghana Education Service, school heads, dear students, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. This morning we are gathered here in the name of the arguably the most exciting, most far-reaching, and most revolutionary policy in a generation in this country. And I'm honored to stand before you to perform a role in this lunch. 6 decades ago, this country attained formal independence. The nation founders believed in her destiny and set her on the path of progress and prosperity. Today, we take an important step on that journey. From today onwards, no child will ever be denied senior high school education simply because his or her family is unable to afford it. This is what the free SHS policy is about. Ladies and gentlemen, this policy would not have seen the light of the day without a determined, focused, and driven leader. A leader who says, we have to do this, and we'll do this, not because it's politically expedient, but because he believes it's the right thing to do for the country. This is a man who led his party to crisscross the country, selling his message of hope to the people, a message really of hope. He was determined because he believed in his country and not in political gimmickry. His focus was incredible. His resolve was complete. His mantra was, the battle is the Lord's. On assuming the highest office of the land, he made it clear that he was in a hurry to see this country live up to its potential. I believe I speak for my fellow ministers and other appointees in saying that he's an excellent team leader and that serving this nation under him is indeed a great privilege. Today, his government redeems its manifesto pledge to roll out the free SHS program. Today, first-year students will begin the next stage of their educational journey in senior high schools, including technical and agricultural across the country. Theirs is a special journey. However poor a child's family, he will never or she will never be shackled by the manacles of school fees as they live out his or her dream to be anything he or she wants to be. The days of promising students being left on the streets because of poverty are over. The days of parents at their wits' end they scramble to find admission fees are over. The days of young students being driven from class to go home for fees are over. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the dream of the father of this nation. We at the Ministry of Education and the Ghana Education Service are proud to be a part of this historic policy. We have put in the long hours and we stand ready no matter the challenges. I believe that for many generations to come, the free SHS policy will be etched in letters of gold as one of the greatest legacies of President Akufo-Addo's presidency. To ensure that those who would not see anything good don't come and criticize us, the president has ensured that as part of the free SHS being fully funded, for the first time in the history of this country, even for those who are paying fees, they go to school before they pay their fees. They don't pay their fees from home. The president has ensured that even before one child gets into school, 20% of the school fees are already there waiting for them. The president has ensured that it's not only the free SHS that he is concerned about. Capitation grant that has been in chronic arrears will be paid up to date. Even for the first term of this academic year is ready. Feeding grant, we became a nation that we were so merciless that even school for the special handicapped, we had arrears. Feeding grants for the handicapped schools are going before the school reopens. Feeding grants for students of northern extraction, that chronic problem that we have had, that has still given us precedence, is going this year before school reopens. Teacher training allowance has not only been restored, it's going before schools reopen. Mr. President, if that was enough, we wouldn't have done much. But chronic arrears are also being paid up to date, Mr. President. That is a president worth serving. President, when we launched this free SHS initiative, people walked into our offices to donate their time and their money for free SHS. One is our brother who lives in America. Went there 2 years ago. He's made a name all over the world, called Abraham Atta. He couldn't be here with us because he's also in school. But he came to us, offered his services and his money for free, and even donated school sandals for Ghanaians. There's another pretty lady here, Rebecca, who has also donated, a Miss Ghana, Miss UN, who has also donated her services to ensure that free SHS becomes popular. Come and greet the president. Thank you, thank you. See, you'd hardly get to be the president and the vice president sitting. So greet them well and take your pictures. Mr. President, I believe that for many generations to come, the free SHS policy will be etched in the letters of gold as one of the greatest legacies of the Akufo-Addo presidency. And that legacy starts today. To quote the psalmist, "This is the day that the Lord has made. We will be glad and rejoice in it." Let future generations proclaim in the words of the late British Prime Minister Winston Churchill, "This is our finest hour." Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I have the singular honor and privilege presenting to you our special guest of honor for today's event, no other person than Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the President of the Republic of Ghana.
Vice President, members of the Council of State, Chief of Staff and officials of the Presidency, Senior Minister, Minister for Education and his deputies, Ministers of State, Greater Accra Regional Minister, Deputy Ministers of State, Members of Parliament, Director General and officials of the Ghana Education Service, the headmaster, staff and students of West Africa Senior High School, traditional rulers, members of the Diplomatic Corps and Friends of Ghana, the acting national chairman of the NPP and NPP party executives, fellow Ghanaians, ladies and gentlemen. Today is a very happy day for the good people of Ghana, for the government, and for me personally. I'm here this morning to perform a very pleasant task, to launch the commencement of the free senior high school policy. When I proposed this policy in 2008, many were those who said free SHS could not be done. The idea was ridiculed and was described by propagandists as a vote-buying gimmick, even though, ironically, it did not win me that election. I was labeled a liar by my opponents, who went on to state that free SHS could only be possible in 20 years' time. Nonetheless, the Ghanaian people were discerning and believed it was possible. The culmination of that belief inter alia resulted in the decisive victory won by the New Patriotic Party and my modest self in the elections of 2016. I made the pledge of providing every Ghanaian child with access to senior high school, because I know the privilege, the knowledge and talent are not for the rich and privileged alone, and that free education widens the gates of opportunities to every child, especially those whose talents are arrested because of poverty. A government may not be able to make every citizen rich, but with political will and responsible leadership, a government can help create a society of opportunities and empowerment for every citizen. And I know no better way to do so but through access to education. Any country that aims to transform itself into a modern, productive player in the global marketplace must get its educational policies right. Our economy, for over a century, has been dependent largely on the production and export of raw materials. This cannot and will not create prosperity for the masses of Ghanaians. We must move from being a natural resource producer to a value-added producer, adding value to our natural resources and thereby reaping higher benefits from them. A recent report by the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, OECD, has estimated that providing every child with access to education and the skills needed to participate fully in society would boost GDP by an average 28% per year in lower income countries for the next 80 years. The countries that have made rapid progress around the world put education at the heart of their development. In the mid-19th century, the United States of America began to transition to publicly funded high school education. It must have been a daunting prospect at the time, paying for the education of so many children for such an extended period of time out of limited public resources, transferring a potential workforce away from immediate productivity for an investment like schooling. But the experiment paid off. America set herself up for 20th century success, creating a workforce fit for rapid economic development, which has inspired the emergence of the most powerful economy so far known to human history. Indeed, other nations who began their lives as independent states at the same time as we did, like Singapore, Malaysia, and Korea, have emulated a similar model and have also achieved great economic success. In fact, in their case, they followed Japan's excellent example. Ghana, under my leadership, is determined to follow suit. Education creates social mobility, market women and fishermen, farmers and traders, entrepreneurs and workers, taxi drivers and artisans, hawkers and kayaye, and indeed every mother and father. All hope that education will help their children escape poverty and give them access to a good life. Currently, at every stage of education, our children are falling out of the system. To our continuing shame, some children born in this country never make it to a classroom. Available data must be of great concern to us all. Over the last 4 years, an average of 100,000 BEC graduates who are placed in our public senior high schools each year do not take up their place. This means that in the next decade, about 1 million of our young men and women would have had their education terminated at junior high school. Such a situation is totally unacceptable, and I am determined to end it. This is why my government is today beginning the implementation of the free senior high school policy. This year, the number of students who could not have access to senior high school has dropped to 36,000. Not because of the high cost of fees, but because, unfortunately, they could not attain the requisite qualification mark. The policy enables this much reduced number to reset the BECE and hopefully join the system of further education. To ensure that no child is denied access to secondary education, we are removing one of the biggest obstacles that currently stand in their way: cost. The cost of providing free secondary school education will be cheaper than the cost of the alternative of an uneducated and unskilled workforce that has the capacity to retard our development. Leadership is about choices. I have chosen to invest in the future of our youth and our country. We've decided to use the proceeds from our natural resources to help educate the population to drive our economic transformation. Instead of the revenues from our mineral and oil resources ending up in the hands of a few people, the most equitable and progressive way of using these revenues is to educate and empower our population to strengthen our nation. In so doing, we will be on the way to achieving UN Sustainable Development Goal number 4, which calls for inclusive and equitable education and the promotion of lifelong opportunities for all. As co-chair of the advocacy group of eminent persons of the SDGs, their implementation is a matter of the highest public priority for me. Today, we throw open the doors of opportunity and hope to our young people. From this day on, we lift the financial burden of our parents and the heart-rending anxiety that accompanies the beginning of every school term. We have a sacred duty to our children and the generations beyond in ensuring that irrespective of their circumstances, their right to an education is preserved. That is why my government has decided to absorb all senior high school fees that have been agreed between the Ghana Education Service Council and the Conference of Heads of Assisted Secondary Schools, CHAS. I want every Ghanaian child to attend secondary school, not just for what they learn in books, but for the life experiences they will gain. I want each of them to look in the mirror in the morning, every morning, and know that they can achieve anything they dream of when they complete their studies. I want them to be confident that what they study is relevant to the demands of today and of tomorrow. I want every Ghanaian child to be comfortable in the knowledge that when they work hard, they will be as capable as anyone else in the world. And I want parents to look upon their children with pride as they watch them mature into self-confident adults. And now, ladies and gentlemen, a key component of the policy must be the provision of quality education. Government is collaborating with various partners to implement major programs and interventions, such as the Secondary Education Improvement Project site, the expansion of physical infrastructure, and free supply of core subject textbooks to students. Central to the prospects of this policy is the teacher. A well-trained, confident, and contented teacher is essential in the delivery of quality education. If we are to succeed as a nation, and if we accept that education is central to national development, then it is clear that quality teacher training is vital to our nation's development. It is for this reason that we are committed to teacher professional development through schemes such as Transforming Teacher Education and Learning, TTEL. Government continues to implement TTEL at a cost of 17 million United Kingdom pounds sterling. TTEL is a 4-year Government of Ghana program supported by the UK's Department for International Development, DFID. It seeks to transform the delivery of pre-service teacher education in Ghana by improving the quality of teacher education and learning through support to all public colleges of education from 2014 to 2018. The program will enhance quality education delivery in our colleges of education, and we look forward to its continuous implementation after 2018. The restoration of the teacher training allowance, which also begins today, is part of the comprehensive policy of engendering the production of quality teachers. Nananom, ladies and gentlemen, government, as was done under the administration of that outstanding Ghanaian statesman, the former president, His Excellency John Agyekum Kufuor, intends to pursue the policy of upgrading 42 existing senior high schools to model schools, as was done in the case of West Africa Senior High School. We believe this is an important step towards delivery of quality education. Technical and vocational skills are crucial to our industrialization agenda, and we are committed to making them attractive to young people. The free SHS policy will cover pupils who gain admission to technical, vocational, and agricultural college institutions. Currently, technical and vocational educational delivery in Ghana is fragmented under 18 different ministries, each with different enabling acts and mandates. This has affected system governance, development and coordination for efficiency, quality, and relevance of training provision. To confront the challenges, work has commenced to align all public TVET institutions under the Ministry of Education in order to provide effective policy direction and coordination in skills development. 30% of places in the top 82 senior high schools to students from basic public school. Currently, these top schools are almost wholly populated by students from junior high private schools with good performance at the BECE, relevant to the basic public schools. Under the free SHS policy, we will ensure the students from basic public schools have equal opportunity to enroll in any of the top senior high schools in the country. We believe this is crucial in ensuring that we do not inadvertently encourage a permanent class divide where a child from a background whose parents are unable to afford junior high private school education is predestined to be excluded from the top senior high schools in the country. That is unconscionable and potentially dangerous for social cohesion. And ladies and gentlemen, as is with all human endeavors, we will certainly face challenges in the implementation of this policy of free SHS, despite our best preparations and efforts. We may falter, but by the grace of Almighty God, we shall not fall. For we will be ready, in all humility, to accept inputs and criticisms aimed at improving the policy. The policy is not about the MPP or the NDC. The beneficiaries will not only be those belonging to MPP members or sympathizers. They will be Ghanaians from all walks of life and from all political persuasions. This is about Ghana and how best to build a progressive and prosperous nation for this and future generations. Its constitutionality is not in doubt. All Ghanaians should support the policy to ensure its success. To our freshers who are about to start a new chapter in your education, you have every reason to be proud of yourselves. Study and work hard, and avoid all negative tendencies so that you grow up to be responsible citizens and assets to this nation. Seize the opportunity of having the good fortune to be admitted into this good school as pioneers of this exciting new venture in our national life. Ghana needs your skills and talents, and I know you will not fail us. I wish to thank all those who have worked so hard this year to ensure that this policy sees the light of day. Your contributions have been invaluable, and your sacrifices will not be in vain. A grateful nation will acknowledge them. To the Minister for Education, the Honorable Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, Member of Parliament for Menchia South, who has provided such dynamic leadership for the realization of all this all-important initiative. I say a big aiko. I dare say, by the end of your term of office, you will have joined the pantheon of great Ghanaian education ministers, Kojo Botsio, Francis Boa, and Yao Osafo-Maafo. I thank the headmaster, the staff and students of West Africa Senior High School Adenta for this opportunity to share this historic day with you. I hope my presence here, with all that it entails, has not been too disruptive of your normal routine. But as I hope you will understand, I had to come. Thank you, and may God bless us all in our homeland, Ghana, and make her great and strong.
Yes. Thank you. That was the President of Ghana. There are placards moving in front of us. Change is the end result of all through learning. The education of every Ghanaian child will ensure a safe, secure future. An investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Over a quarter of students don't enroll every year because of hold your program. Be open to criticism and keep learning. I have never met a man so ignorant about this. Leadership and learning are indispensable to another. We are for free senior high school. Education teaches you to think intensively and critically. You have no excuse to remain uneducated. Government will construct new public schools when necessary. We are for free senior high school. Education has the power to transform societies. Free senior high school. Right. Education.
I hear the bells ring. I hear the
Let's listen to the song.
They sing hallelujah.
Ladies and gentlemen,
SHS is free.
HSS is free.
Has risen to sing hallelujah. SHS is free.
Thank you. It is free indeed. That's wonderful. Sing hallelujah. It is free.
Yes, so while we are seeing those wonderful placards displaying the values of the free senior high school, we want to introduce some big dignitaries. We are acknowledging the presence of some big men who have gathered here. So we have the regional minister. He has already welcomed us, Honorable Ismail Ashite. We have the Chief of Staff, Republic of Ghana, Madam Frema Pari. We have the Senior Minister, Yao Osafo-Maafo, is also here with us. We have Honorable Madam Kweku Poche, who is the Minister in charge of Regional Rail Organization. We have Madam Cecilia Abena-Dapa, Minister Aviation. We have Honorable Kandapa, is the Minister of National Security. Then we have Honorable Isaac Kwame Esiama, he is the Sports Minister. We have Minister in charge of Planning, Professor Jan Fafo. So, without much ado, we are in. Please, placards. We thank you for displaying. It's being led by Francis Peche. He's the Senior Housemaster of West African Senior High School. Thank you so much for those wonderful placards.
Ladies and gentlemen, in a moment from now, the Director General of Ghana Education Service will give us a vote of thanks. But before then, the Deputy Minister for Education, Dr. Seiduchu, is around. The Chief Director for Education, Mr. Enoch Kobler, is also around. The Deputy Ministers for Education, they are all seated patiently. Now, I want to use this honor to invite my Director General for Ghana Education Service to give us the vote of thanks after the children have passed.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic, Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic, Your Excellencies, members of Council of State, Honorable Ministers of State, Your Excellencies, Diplomatic Corps, heads of agencies, members of GES Council, religious leaders present, traditional authorities present, all stakeholders of Ghana Education Service and the Ministry of Education, divisional, regional directors of education, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, friends of the media, school children. On behalf of the students, teachers, parents, and the good people of Ghana, we wish to express our sincerest thanks and appreciation to you, Mr. President, for giving us such a major policy intervention, arguably the most significant after the health insurance policy. Mr. President, the general euphoria in the country on the successful implementation of the free SHS policy actually expresses the gratitude of the people of Ghana to you. Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, permit me also to express our sincerest thanks to our team leader, the Honorable Minister of Education, Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, for his untiring effort to see that your vision comes to reality. Your Excellency, over the last 6 months, he has made it difficult for us to distinguish between weekdays and weekends. In fact, we have not slept for the past several days to ensure that this vision comes to reality. Your Excellency, we wish to also thank the dedicated team, the Free SHS Implementation Committee, and the many others who worked tirelessly to make the free SHS come to fruition. We say bravo and well done to all of them. We are highly grateful for the immense and unanimous support given us by the Ghana Education Service Council, especially its chairman, Mr. Michael Nsonwa, who has already been on radio stations this morning to propagate the good news of free SHS before joining us. A word of appreciation to my headmasters, headmistresses, teacher unions, and all the major stakeholders within the Ghana Education Service for the special attention and dedication you continue to give to the program. Special thanks and appreciation also go to the numerous well-wishers across the country who call and send messages almost on a daily basis to offer constructive ideas. Your Excellency, for those who had doubts, we still say thank you. Your doubts challenged and motivated us to work harder than usual to ensure success. Mr. President, the success of this pioneering education policy will depend largely on effective leadership. I wish to assure you and the entire nation that we in Ghana Education Service are committed to the successful implementation of the free SHS policy. We will ensure that there will be no buts, there will be no ifs in the implementation of this groundbreaking program. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I wish to thank you all for gracing this historic occasion. And I ask that you join me to once again thank the President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and his government for this brilliant dream which has reinforced and restored our sense of hope for a brighter future. Mr. President, we are most grateful. Thank you. Long live Free SHS program. Long live Ghana. Free SHS! Free SHS! Free SHS! Thank you.
Thank you. That was the Director General of Ghana Education Service, Professor Kwesi Amankwah.
We will also be standing for national anthem. Thank you so much, National Police Band. Thank you for that wonderful. So keep standing for the departure formalities. The President will be leaving first. And I continue with the acknowledgement of wonderful cabinet ministers who graced this wonderful historic ceremony. Defense Minister was here. Honorable Dominic Nitiu was here with us. The Director of Education, Acting Education, Professor Kwesi Amankwah, he just gave us.